Hey, peace. It's your boy Chris, American DOS Politics, Sacramento. What's up? Happy Sunday. Hope all is good with the DOS community here in Sacramento, the descendant of slave Sacramento community here in Sacramento. It's your boy Chris, just checking in, tapping in, saying what's up. We had a big week. Definitely a big week in local politics here in Sacramento as it relates to the DOS community in particular. That's our particular focus. That's what our focus is. We're not concerned with so much what's going on with other groups. We're very, very much focused on the DOS community, and we're proud of that, and we're unapologetic about that, and we will continue to be so. Definitely a big week for the DOS community as it relates to local politics. Of course, we had the new governor come into office. Gavin Newsom was sworn in this week, Monday, I believe, last Monday. And we had him release his new budget as well later in the week. I believe Thursday he released the budget, $145 billion, if I'm not mistaken. I'll need to confirm that. We're still going through the budget now, taking a look at what's in there and some of the things that we agree with or don't agree with. We'll definitely let you know, and we'll definitely bring it to you so that we can, one, not only advocate, but also influence the direction of this new governor to do things that are in the interest of the DOS community here in Sacramento and in California writ large. So definitely a big week. Definitely I think if I had to sort of categorize it myself, I would probably put it into the new beginnings category, right? Like, I feel like this is a week of new beginnings, and we are going to be very much focused on what's going on here locally, politically, as it relates to the DOS community. A couple of things that are coming up, though, and I think we want to have this in our mind when we are doing our thinking and our strategizing and our agenda building for DOS here in SAC. And that is, so California moved its presidential primary up to March, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It's early next year. It's early 2020. So that means that very soon, very early in the year of 2020, but also very soon this year, we're going to have presidential candidates and presidential people and all this other stuff coming here to California to hopefully get votes in that Democratic and Republican primaries. So that's something to think about in terms of what our own political timelines are, and sort of just to think about how the new primary date, the earlier primary date for California, is going to affect what we do here locally, not only on the local level here in Sacramento, but also on how what we do locally affects the national level. So something to think about. Also to think about is, we've got city council elections and a mayoral election in 2020 as well. And I believe the first votes in those elections are also in March of 2020. So, this year and 2020 are shaping up to be some really important political years. And so just want to keep that in mind as we move here in 2019. We want to be positioning ourselves to take most and best advantage of all the different things that are going on. So I'm really curious to know what you, as a member of the DOS community here in Sacramento or near Sacramento, what are your priorities for local politics this year? I've got a few of my own, and definitely will be sharing those with you. But what are your priorities? I think Antonio Moore had a good sort of short version of priorities for DOS, and I think the way he put it was, reparations was number one on the list. racial wealth inequality, number 2, and mass incarceration, or what I call mass targeted incarceration, was number 3. And I think that was it for his list. So, that's definitely something to think about in terms of priorities. I would agree with those as priorities. I would probably add a couple myself, but definitely, what the priorities are is going to be important for the agenda building and then advocating on that agenda as we go forward. So, what are your priorities? What do you think? What's the top of the list for you? I know a lot of people here are going to say housing, especially in California, right? Housing and rents. We've got a crisis on our hands here as it relates to rent prices. So housing affordability and rents, and maybe education, who knows? We really want to know what's on your mind. So, won't keep you too long. Happy Sunday once again. It's your boy Chris from American DOS Politics, Sacramento. Shout out to the DOS community here in Sac, here in Cali, and nationwide. We coming. Peace.